And you can choose something to focus on in front of you. And just fixate your stare. And allow the sound of the music to assist you into your own flow of relaxation. And perhaps the scent of the room offers you comfort. The dimmed lights. And your entire body can feel nice and relaxed, like a nice weighted blanket over you. And I'd like you to just imagine now, as you pay attention just to my words and focus on my voice. In fact, give yourself permission to be here in this session. To enjoy the experience of change. For as your body relaxes, and even your conscious mind allows my words delivered to you to land in that part of your mind that's willing to accept changing forward into new ways of being. And if you can imagine that your left hand becomes extremely heavy, just imagine. And it's so much heavier than your right hand, just imagine. And if you allow a warmth in your left hand, and the way this heaviness and warmth travels up your wrist and your forearm, making your entire left arm heavy. And now if you allowed your imagination to experience your right hand being heavy and your right hand feeling the warmth and this heaviness and warmth travels up your wrist, your forearm, and all the way up to your shoulder. Your right arm feels heavy and warm. Focus on your breath. Be with my words. Enjoy the experience of letting be as you relax your body and your mind, focusing your attention on my words being delivered, landing upon your unconscious mind. And take one nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, close your eyes down, shut. And continue breathing natural and easy. Allow yourself to become absorbed within your own mind, relaxing your eyebrows and your temples, softening your cheeks. And a slight wiggle of the toes can remind you that you're extremely awake and focused. But if you could go deeper inside your mind and let go of anything around you, just take my voice with you, traveling in with the sound of the music. And any thoughts that pass you by, they're just thoughts. You can pay less attention to them. And that's what the mind does. Creates thoughts. So you don't need to fight any thoughts. Just distance them as you refocus on my words and my voice. And I want you to relax deeper as I count down from 10 down to 9. Relax and focus deeper down to 10, 9, 8. And 10, 9, 8, 7. And then 6. Deepen your relaxation down to 5, which becomes 4. 3 down to 2, all the way down to 1 and 0. And if you find yourself in that deepest part of your mind, perhaps there's a part of you wanting to make a change. Perhaps there's a part of you that just needs to get unstuck, back on track, or perhaps on a brand new track. The truth is, your past does not determine your future. How you grew up, comments that you received, and the comments that you kept do not determine your future. What you do from this day forward determines what you create in your future. Some people fear that they can't change, but change is inevitable. One guarantee is that change occurs. I guess there was a version of you 1 year younger. I guess there was a version of you at university. There was a version of you 5 kilos ago. At any given time, you cannot guarantee what you will be like in 6 months' time. But you can choose to make a plan. When there's a plan, there's a pathway. Now you can plan for 6 months' time, 6 weeks' time, 6 days' time, 6 kilos less time, or in 6 hours. The choice is yours. Planning doesn't rely on motivation. Motivation has an expiry, has it not? Motivation can be useful, but it can't always be trusted. If you have a plan to turn up to work every day, whether you're motivated or not, you're turning up to work. At school, you were told what time to be there, what time is the first period and the second period. You were told when maths was, when recess was, when sport is, when lunch is. It was all planned for you. It was even planned when it was time to go home. And the reason why most students travel through the school years so successfully is they don't wake up and ask themselves, oh, do I feel like going to school? When they hear the bell ring and it's time to go home, they don't say, oh, do I feel like going home? In a sense, that's task-oriented therapy. It's a process. You're told where to go, when, for how long, and keep moving. And what do you achieve at the end? A successful day. Regardless of anybody bullying you or making comments, or if you forgot your lunch, you still worked through the day and made it. Everything has a process. And if you went to university, that had a start and a finish too, and a number of years in between. Somebody who's athletic, there's a process there. There's an outfit that you wear. There's a place you go. There's the activity that you do. And you can miss out if you really don't feel well. But I know a whole bunch of people who, regardless of how they feel, they turn up and they train. And then there's the people who eat a certain way. They created a plan. And they know what they have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And then they tweak it and they play with the portion size. Because this part is very predictable. A decrease in portion leads to a certain result, doesn't it? just like an increase in portion leads to a result too. Go deep in your mind. Explore your options. What you enjoy to have on your menu, or shall we call it your allowable list. And when you become confused about whether you should have something or not, move away from your emotional mind and ask your logical mind, so that your logical mind can guide you in the direction of the result that you want. The result is not the feeling when something is in your mouth. I think the result that you're looking for is a decrease in weight. Focus your attention on results. When you do this, you don't need any motivation. Stress has never been a part of the menu. Stress is an emotion created all by yourself. Stress is an interpretation from external pressures. Stress does not have an appetite. Most people teach themselves a mindfulness activity to alleviate stress. Eating due to stress doesn't take any stress away. In fact, it may add a few more emotions afterwards. You can choose right now a different activity to assist you with your daily stresses. Boredom becomes satisfied with an activity created, not an activity eaten. It can take 30 seconds to eat 600 calories, and then you're still bored afterwards, thinking what to do next. Boredom is not hungry. It is not fed with food. If boredom knocks on your door, choose an activity. Be prepared. Some people really desire that feeling of boredom so they can take the opportunity to unwind and do nothing, or to clean something, to read something, to play something. Ask yourself if you need a plan for moments of boredom. Emotional or relationship distress is not hungry. Relax your body and mind. It's okay to drink a glass of water. But emotional distress does not resolve itself through unhealthy or unnecessary eating. Allow your mind to relax. I want you to imagine yourself over the next 60 seconds as if there's a newer version of you. Imagine yourself just tweaking the routines in your day when you plan, and this plan creates rules, whether comfortable or uncomfortable, they lead to an outcome. They lead to results. And you'll be patient enough to receive them. A university degree took longer. Waiting 5 or 6 weeks for results of weight loss, because you make changes to how you eat, how much you eat, and when you eat. Well, the results are inevitable. So imagine yourself now. I'll give you 60 seconds of clock time uninterrupted. And your time starts now. So take some nice cleansing breaths. Bring with you to your conscious awareness what you believe will be useful. And over the next few hours, you'll still process this experience and the learning. The learning doesn't happen right here. It's what you do afterwards that counts. So take some nice cleansing breaths. Reorient yourself back into the room. Wiggle your toes and your fingers, and when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes.